Hey guys, it's Road Speaks here, back with another video. Um, so the violence and the riots that have broken out in the past week, it's all sparked off by an absolutely tragic event that happened in Rotherham last week, whereby three little girls were fatally attacked at a dance workshop. Just absolutely tragic. But this seems to have kicked off a larger spike in violence being committed across the country throughout this week. So we've had riots kicking off in Rotherham, in cities like Liverpool, Sunderland. There's been one in Bristol, also London, Leeds, Southport, and it's just looking at it on my feed on social media, because people have obviously been filming it. It's just, to me, they're not as being described on the media and like the BBC, who are describing it as protests or anti-immigrant protests. To me, what it looks like is heavily organised, pre-arranged, violent riots and attacks and racist aggression. Nothing more than that. They get off the train, they get off the bus, they're already coked up on alcohol, on other stuff, pissed out their heads already or planning to, and they just are ready to cause this violence out of what are they protesting about? Have they been asked? Does anyone ask them? Because it seems to me like they're deliberately targeting like hotels where asylum seekers are. They're just burning down like police centres. They've burnt down a library and vandalised a library in Liverpool. I mean, what the hell? Like, what the hell has a library ever done to you? Like, it's there to serve and help the community, and it's just been completely smashed. They're just yobs. They're just racist, neo-Nazi scumbags who are there specifically to intimidate and cause hurt and scare people and big themselves up and make them feel like they're big men who want their country back. Want their country back from what? Like, from what? I assume you mean all the brown people. Like, what have they done to you? Like, how has your life been changed? Like, I'm sorry that you feel disenfranchised, but that's really not any excuse to terrorise the community. How dare you? How dare you come in and just stir up all this violence and aggression and cause damage and injury to innocent people? How dare you? And this is happening all across the country. And guys, this hasn't just happened in a vacuum. Like, this is a result of careful, manipulated media and a mixture of media and like politicians and like certain people on the right who want to infiltrate the narrative and sort of tell people where their real problems are, and you know why it is that they feel the way that they're feeling, and you know, look over there and these are the people you want to blame for your troubles, for the reasons why you feel let down in life. It's all the immigrants' fault. It's all the brown people's fault. It's all, you know, people coming in from the Middle East, these refugees who, you know, are helpless, innocent, vulnerable people who all they want to do is get on in life and have a better chance at, you know, improving themselves, just like anyone else would want to do. It's their fault, and you should target those people. And that's what they're being encouraged to do. And it's the likes of Nigel Farage. I hate giving the man credit, but like Nigel Farage is like quite a sneaky, quite intelligent guy who knows exactly what to say. That doesn't make him like directly responsible for anything that happens, but he just like does a video, sits on his desk, and just has his Union Jacks behind him and goes, well, I don't know who's responsible for this, but, information is being withheld from us, and, we should ask these questions. Wink, wink. And that's all that he needs to do in order to get people angry and, frustrated and pointing over a direction and telling people, go, it's over there, you should be angry at and mad at those people. And it works. It works because, these poor people who sometimes don't really have the ability to think critically are just easy targets and can be easily influenced, easily manipulated. They don't really need to think. If somebody's there telling them, this is the reason why you're poor, or the reason why you can't get a doctor's appointment, or you can't get a job, it's easy. They're easy prey, and they're easy targets, and they're just gullible, and they'll believe what they want to believe. They'll hear what they want to hear, and that's it. That's how you work up the mob. And they're intelligent, like Farage, Tate, and these big players in the political atmosphere, the political environment. They know what they're doing. Right? They know exactly the game they're playing, and I think they should be equally held to account for the damage that they're causing to this country, the fabric, the society of this country, because they are just as bad. I mean, look at what happened with Brexit. Farage had a massive, massive part to play in that, and look where we are as a country. Look where we are. Look what's happening in the streets. And Nigel Farage is sat well back and he's just letting it happen. And that's exactly what he wants. Exactly what he wants. And, him and the Daily Mail, the likes of the Brexit Party, lots of other media outlets, GB News, have so much to answer for in fanning the flames of this. And just letting things happen. And not challenging things enough to the point where we've got where we are. Shame on them for not calling it out sooner. And I'm also including the Labour Party in this, because they're just as bad. They also let things like this happen because they're too scared or frightened for whatever reason. But this has been allowed to happen, and now it's spilt over. What's basically happening is it's pretty much terrorism. People are going out into the streets where they don't live. They're being bussed in, and they're just causing havoc and fear and violence in the streets and intimidating people, damaging buildings, burning things down. It's terrorism. Call it out for what it is, BBC. Call it out. It's terrorism. And, all the instigators of this, Nigel Farage, Andrew Tate, Tommy Robinson, these really big influences also should be held to account, because they're the ones that are manipulating this situation and telling people pretty much what to do, where to go, what to think. It's dreadful. It's so awful. But, these people should be in prison. They're like stochastic terrorists. They're indirectly responsible for causing violence. That's what Donald Trump is as well, a stochastic terrorist. Somebody who indirectly is able to influence a large group of people to go and act out and be the perpetrators of horrendous violence in the streets and make other people do it. and you know what, all the while their hands are completely clean, and they get other people to go do their dirty work for them, and that's what's going on. We need to deal with it. And you know, I think Nigel Farage is such a bad actor. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's a smart guy. He knows exactly what to say in order to have the biggest amount of impact. And yeah, there's violence in the streets yet again because various things just haven't been dealt with properly. And there's been decades worth of austerity that people feel left behind and worthless. And when people feel left behind and worthless, like they have no stake in their country and their society, this is the kind of thing that happens. And they don't have anything left, and except, you know, the people that are, you know, giving them the opportunity to act out in the way that they are. And this is where we are. So yeah, so sad. Desperately, desperately sad. But yeah, love to know what you guys think. Put your comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you like what you see. And I'll be back with more videos soon. Cheers, guys.